Hi guys, this is Allison Pryor. Today I'm going to show you 5 ways that you can use your script liner brushes or your rigger brush or just your small round brush. And this is what they look like. They're very small and long and thin. The script liner brush is longer. It's got the longest tip. And the rigger brush is about the same, but this is a medium and a small round brush. You might hear round or script or liner brushes, and that's basically what they are, small skinny round brushes, so you can get some really nice things with it. So the very first use that you can use is for tree branches. So you take your, I'm going to use the medium liner brush, and I'm going to wet it and I'm going to tap it off with my tissue, and then I'm just going to put some brown paint, maybe a little bit of black to darken it up. Brown, it can be any colors at all, and I'm going to make sure it's nice and wet. See how it's wet? And I'm going to twirl it around, and then I'm going to make a tree branch, say. So I'm going to make a thicker one just to get it started, and you just push, I'm pushing in and out. You lift up on your hand as you get to the edge to get a nice little line. See? So that's with the medium brush. So that one will give you a thicker line. Now say you want to add really skinny branches to that. You use your script liner brush, your longer brush, long, nice thin top. And you do the same thing. You make sure that it's nice and wet. So you put it in water and then you tap it off, and then you just put your paint on and you roll it around in your paint. And then you can take these nice little tiny lines off. So make sure you put the very top on there and squiggle out a few. See how nice and skinny that is? So you get some really nice skinny branches. So you can make lots of those. And my hand is shaking a little bit, sorry about that. And so you just keep making all these nice little skinny branches. And if you keep the pressure off your hand and just use the very top of your brush, then you'll get some really nice skinny branches. So you can just take them off, and you're going to have lots of them. And it's almost like using a pencil. Just feel like you're using a pencil. There we go. And just make all these little tiny lines. So that's what you use that for. So that's number 1. So your brushes are great for tree branches. Number 2, you can use them to make twigs. So you can use the longest brush that you use will give you the skinniest lines. So say you want to make your twigs a little thicker than that. Let's just try that brush again, that small round brush. Well, it's the medium one for now. And you just roll your brush around in some paint, and you want to make your twigs. So you just take your brush and pull up. And I'm pushing a little bit harder this time because I don't want to really skinny it. It's nice little twigs coming off of your grass or wherever you want them. So it's basically the same as your tree branches. And now you want to get skinnier ones. Let's try this little tiny one. Here's a little tiny round brush. So let's try that one, see what happens. So we'll wet it, tap it off, and roll it around in your paint. And then just using the very tip of it, bring out some. See, now that one is still not thin enough. So you'll practice with the 3 brushes just to see what gives you the best twigs. So that one don't give you really skinny ones, even though I'm trying. So the smaller it is, then the medium, small and medium don't give you as good thin lines. You can get them, but it's a little harder to get them. So then try your script liner brush again, the longer one. Wet it, tap it off, roll it around in your paint, and bring it out. And then we'll see if we can get the skinnier lines. So there we go. Nice little skinny lines. Alright, I'll get them eventually. So if you really lift up on your hand, it will go really thin for you. Go really, really thin if you lift right up on your hand and just use the very top of the brush And you can just play around with that until, so as long as you got lots of paint, if it won't move for you, add more water. Tap it off a little bit so it won't drip, and then roll it around again, roll it around. Now see that drip of water coming off there? You don't want that going on your canvas. See if you can see it. And so what you do is just tap that off in your tissue, because you really don't want that to go on your canvas and be dripping all over the place. So then you try again with more water. And there we go. Really nice long line. There we go. Perfect. So the long line we discovered has the nice thinner and easier way to make those nice skinny branches. So number 3, you can make some birds. So let's try the 3 brushes again. So let's try the smallest brush we have here, this one here, and see how you can make some nice birds with that one, with your small round brush. So just take and pretend there's a couple of birds, just these little 2 lines that meet together. So that's a pretty thick line. So now let's try the medium brush. There we go. And we'll roll it in water in our paint and roll it around and see how skinny those come out. Oh, that's not too bad. It's a little bit harder to get control though with these smaller brushes, I'm finding. So let's try the long liner brush. We'll call it script liner or liner, or smaller ones are called round brushes. So let's see what we can do with this. Maybe we get some smaller ones. Oh, there we go. It's much easier. Much easier, better control. So the skinnier lines, the longer the brush, okay? Skinnier the line. There's your little birds. Make little tiny ones in the background flying. See? And you get really, really, really small lines. Good. Now, number 4, we're going to do flower stems. So say you want to make some flower stems. So basically you want to make them, if you want to make them, you know, fuller, then you use your medium or small round brush, and then you will get some nice flower stems. And what you're going to do is you're going to take your brush and you're going to put yellow on one side and green on the other, just to see what it will look like. Okay, so this is the medium round brush. Wet your brush, tap it off a little bit, roll it in green paint. Good. And then put a bit of yellow paint on it. So here's what I did. So I just took my green paint and I rolled around in my green paint, and then I just pulled through a little bit of yellow. And now you're going to take this brush and pull up some stems for your flower. See how thick that is? Because the brush is smaller. So you pull up some stems and you get a thicker stem. So you probably would want a thicker stem anyway. So try to lift up on your hand as you come up. And now let's try the medium. Oh, that was the medium. Let's try the small one, see what happens with that. So roll around in your green, pull through the yellow, and see what these come out like. Alright, hopefully it's dark enough. I'll add a bit of blue and yellow just so you can see it. Okay, so roll around in whatever color you want, and then some yellow, and see how that comes out. There we go. So then now you got your stems. So you're using the smaller brushes for your stems. Now you use your long liner brush to get some more little smaller stems for your flowers. It's all basically the same as your tree. Once you learn how to do tree branches, then you're pretty well on your way for your flower stems. So there's your flower stems. And see how fast and easy you can do it, because this brush is so long and skinny and it does all the work for you. So now say you want to put a few flowers on that. Let's take the medium one, because that one there is thicker than the rest. I think it's this one here. Let's try this one. And you can take probably yellow on one side and red on the other. You don't need to roll it around this time because you're trying to get a little flower. So just touch little flowers. See? Touch. You can do it side by side, red on one side, yellow on the other. Touch, touch. There we go. And then that will give you the flowers, so you can use them then for little flowers. You can use green on one side and yellow on the other and get some more pretty flowers. Touch, touch, just touch. That's all you have to do is touch. So that's some flowers. That's what your smaller, medium ones, so for the flowers. And so once you get that done, then if you anything that you need small, just use your little round and liner brushes. So one more thing I'm going to show you, number 5, is if you want to decorate your canvas, I would use, because we want long squiggly lines and easy to move, we'll use the longest one we have here. And we'll roll it around in our green paint again, roll it around. And then we'll put yellow on the other side and see how the water is starting to drip there. So make sure that you tap that off. You don't want it to. So say you want to decorate a border on your painting, you can just take your liner brush, script liner, and just make these really skinny, make circles, whatever way you want to do it. More water, it seems it's easier to move. It's not moving as good as I would like it there, so I'm going to add more water, more yellow paint, and then I'm going to, I'll have to do it over here, just come down and around, and that'll give you some nice squiggly lines for decoration on your flower paintings. So that's 5 top liner brush techniques, and I hope this helped you today. And I want to say hi to the Fine Arts. Thank you so much for sending your paintings. Laura. Hi Laura, Peggy, and Tanny, and Linda. Hi guys. Thank you for watching my videos and encouraging me to do these videos for you. So you guys have a great day and happy painting.